What do you do if you're sober, but your social life still revolves around drinking? Let me make an advice column for someone who's almost 1 year sober. Specifically want ideas from people who are sober for whatever reason or love someone who is sober. Let me read it to you. Hello, Hayes. I would like some advice on being the only sober person in my group of friends. It's been the best decision of my life, and I genuinely enjoy not relying on a substance to be able to just be myself. Recently experienced a day full of fun with my fiance and our friends when I was the only one sober all day. I was also meeting 2 new people in the group, and they were also drinking, which made it really hard to gauge a connection. I don't like the feeling of being the only sober person and not making natural connections with people who aren't sober. Do I avoid new interactions if people are all going to be drinking? Or do I stand in my beliefs and just continue to not drink even though I'm uncomfortable around a group of people drinking? Thank you so much. I don't need to read that part. I fundamentally don't believe that you need to share the exact experience to be able to provide support and guidance and advice to someone. I believe advice is an act of love. So I do want to hear everybody's thoughts about this. And now I'm going to speak directly to the person who wrote in. Congratulations. I'm so happy that the choice to become sober has already led to such goodness and wealth in your life. 2, I don't think there's a black and white answer here. There's no right or wrong, and maybe that's what you're looking for. Similarly to the choice, I'm going to become sober, no question, there's no gray area. Maybe you're looking for a black and white approach, kind of something to stick your stake into the ground and be able to be like, I don't socialize with people when they're drinking. And maybe right now that's what you need. Right now you're posing your 2 options as be uncomfortable around people who drink or stand in your beliefs and avoid social interactions where alcohol is present. I wonder if there's some in between. Maybe right now what you need is to avoid the social interactions, but I wonder if there's somewhere where you can be in the middle, and if your sobriety allows for it, right? Because what we don't want to threaten is your sobriety. I think over time, we can push the limits on what we think is uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable should never threaten your sobriety, but alcohol is in the world, and part of your journey might be growing tolerance to being around it. Maybe a middle ground is that if you're uncomfortable, you can start by avoiding situations where drinking is the sole focus. You don't need to go to a bar, but maybe you practice by going out to dinner where everybody around you is drinking a glass of wine. You can start to build tolerance in these smaller settings where drinking is present, but it's not the center of the conversation. There's no right or wrong. I think what I would do if I was in your shoes, or what I imagine I would do, is try to just test the limits and give myself full permission to pull back. Give myself full permission to say, you know what, that didn't really feel good, so I'm going to take a break from doing that. I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts on this, and not just advice, but what your experience has been. What has your journey of being sober and in your friendships looked like? How has it evolved?